All right, what is going on? What is up? My name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. And real quick, all right, there's a message that someone needs. You got dependency, all right, overspending, financial difficulties, material loss, and loneliness, all right. Giving up, lack of resilience, feeling overwhelmed, a lack of courage, depleted strength. All right. Abundance in reverse. So something may not be coming like you want it to. All right. You may feel emotional manipulation, moodiness, emotional detachment. You can feel detached from a lot of things at this time. All right. Very emotionless. Okay. Movement is here. Action. A rapid change, travel, and communication. All right. There's something coming in. All right. Celebration, harmony, homecoming, and community. Some sort of stability. Right, it has everything to do with your faith. Right, you still holding on. All right, celebration is here again. Friendship, community, creativity. You may be in a mood right now where you really don't want to do shit. All right, you are more so worried about stability and what you got going on more so than being around people and I don't know, like just doing shit. All right, so like you're super focused at this time. But you could be feeling a little discouraged, all right? A little depletion. But again, celebration is here, all right? So something is getting ready to happen for you, all right? And Spirit just wants you to trust the process. Trust whatever this is that is making fast for you, all right? Continue to keep loving yourself, all right? There's some sort of relationship here, all right? Somebody's making some sort of decision, all right? Expectations is here. All right, and child is here. All right. Somebody might be giving you some money for a new beginning. All right, I'm talking to a star seed. This is somebody who's watching you. All right. You got somebody jealous that somebody could be getting ready to do something for you. All right, single, sexy, and successful. All right. There's a Jezebel mad that somebody is giving you something. All right, giving you some sort of money. All right, I'm bothered is here. And endings. All right. Yeah, some sort of karma coming your way. And somebody is in their head about a situation. All right. Somebody feels the burden. Somebody trying to balance out a situation. This could be you. All right. You could be trying to balance out a situation. Love offer is here. All right. Jezebel is here. Balance. All right. So I don't know. You could be trying to bring a balance to something. Achievement is here. It's like you're something about your priorities. All right. Your priorities. All right. Somebody being sneaky. All right. As you're trying to balance things out. Self-love is here. All right. And new beginnings. So there's new beginnings getting ready to happen. All right. So if you are in a state of feeling the lack of, all right, lack of, or just feeling tired, feeling like you can't go anymore. All right. Spirit is getting ready to move on your behalf. All right. $5 general reads are available. All right. The first five people $5 generals. Could be needing a home. All right. Skill development. You've been working really hard. Somebody is manipulating something from coming your way. Somebody does not want you to receive something. All right. Everything that you need is what you already have is what I'm hearing. All right, divinity, leadership, authority, logic, objectivity, and fairness. All right, surprise. Somebody is surprised. Something about your intuition. You knew something. Financial stability, all right, and you finna go. I just feel like you finna go receive something. What's going on, Eva, Maro? If you are in here, please tap the screen because I do block, all right, because I'm gonna think you about. All right, intellectual pursuit is here. Priestess, the transition. Something's changing. Tell me about this transition. Yeah, I'm bothered about it too. Endings, you don't give a fuck. It's something that's coming to an end and you don't care. Like, you just, yeah, death, endings, transformation, change, and rebirth. Something's coming to an end and you just really don't care. All right, and somebody's in some sort of conflict, all right, because you can see shit. Somebody don't like the fact that you can see. What is the conflict other than you can see? And they can't manipulate. All right, because somebody wants you in this poverty energy. Somebody wants you in this energy of not having. Somebody wants you stuck. You're trying to heal, and somebody trying to betray you at the same time. $5 donation reads are available. All right. Baby mama is mad and sad because karma is here. All right, chariot energy. Something's moving fast. Somebody's ready to have a new beginning, ready to have a baby. Is here. There's a new car here. Empress. Empress is receiving some sort of new vehicle. All right, healing. You're getting ready to heal something. Your ancestors is taking over a situation. All right, when it comes to an old lover, winning energy is here. All right, somebody's calling you with new information and they want to talk. Talk to an empress. All right, so feminine energy. All right, if you don't have a face, you do get blocked in here. All right, we ain't got time for no motherfucking stalkers. All right, stability's here. All right, inheritance is something that you don't see that's getting ready to come. All right, and it looks like something that's coming in really fast. All right, just when you just had enough type energy. All right, something about an aunt is significant. A grandmother, an aunt and a grandmother. Something about your grandmother. Some of your grandmother misses you. Your aunt and a grandmother be on your mind. All right, they could be heavy on your mind. These people passed away. All right, stillness. Sagittarius is significant in strength. This is where you're getting your strength from. Your grandmother and your aunt. All right, moon here, Aquarius. Again, it's something that you don't see. There's some sort of blessing that's getting ready to fall through. All right, somebody's lives is coming out. All right, hidden money is being found. All right, yeah, aunt passed on, aunt. All right, a passed on aunt left you money. All right, and people and your family betrayed you because they didn't want you to have it. They didn't want you to be stable. They stole your money, hidden money, millions. All right. Minnie is significant. Matthew is significant. All right, somebody want to take you out to eat. Somebody want to have a conversation. Empress. All right, Hangman is here. All right, Tower Moment is here. Your wish is getting ready to come true. All right, $5 donation readings are available. All right, somebody's getting ready to relocate. New cars here as well. Somebody giving you your money back. They can't hold it. All right, travel change. All right, you could be traveling to go get what's yours. All right, there's some sort of communication coming from the courts finally. All right, tower moment. Something could be happening really, really abruptly when it comes to about this aunt. All right. Somebody finna find out the paternity of a child, or you can be finding out that your parents aren't your parents. All right, you were tricked. Somebody can't stop thinking about you. All right, making the right decision. All right, house of your dreams. All right, so you could definitely be. There's definitely a home involved here. All right, definitely a home involved. All right, twins you may have. All right, yeah, past one, loved one is significant. All right, tower moment is here. All right, $5 general reads. Tower moment, yeah, it's a big ass tower moment. There's a lot of people that want to apologize. All right, but you're not giving a fuck. All right, a sister is significant, a daughter. Somebody was doing some shit behind the scenes. All right, major tower moment is here. Set up energy, get ready to be stable. All right, then I got fight here. All right, all blockages have been removed. All right, somebody hates that they hurt you, but somebody hates when you're hurting. All right, somebody want to do something for you. All right, stillness, ice. All right, spirits, that's you to stay still. All right, somebody's wanting you now. All right, you got hangman. All right, so somebody is surrendering, letting go of a situation. All right, you could be surrendering and letting go of a situation. All right, somebody has a secret baby. All right, yes, you are right. Aunt is here making the right decision. Somebody's making the right decision. All right, you could be the secret baby. All right, somebody could be finding out that their aunt is their mother. Yes, you are right. Major tower moment. All right, you got communication coming in. New cards here. All right, missing you. Somebody could be missing you heavy. Jay. All right, there's a second chance that's getting ready to come around. All right, psychic abilities is here. House of your dream. You got some sort of gift coming towards you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this read. Have a good one.